All right, now let's bring in our political analyst, Republican political strategist Garrett and Democratic political strategist Betsy Sweet. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us. Big
Appreciate
game.
it. Yeah, the Super Bowl for us in many ways, right?
At least an AFC
Christmas.
First, we know turnout isn't necessarily strong in primaries. Is that going to be a game changer in some of these key races, specifically in the 2nd District, Garrett?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it can definitely impact a race big time. I mean, you know, in primaries, I was in a primary once, Betsy was as well. I mean, some of those primaries can be won by like 10, 15 votes. So, I mean, it can definitely make a difference. And, you know, I think when you know, turnout is compressed, like it usually helps the you know, maybe the underdog who did a little bit more work, you know. I think, you know, that grassroots undercurrent support can show off. So, you know, we're going to see that tonight in the CD1 and CD2 races, you know, and some of those House districts. Another House district we're watching is in the Lisbon-Durham Topsom seat. There's a Republican primary there that I think there's a lot of grassroots work going on. So we'll see what happens.
Betsy?
Yeah, I also think it has to do with issues. I think that people who have more extreme issues in a primary, you know, tend to generate more enthusiasm, more excitement, and those are the people that actually turn out. And so I think sometimes it can skew for general voters, not necessarily good for the general election, but I think those are the people that sometimes win in a primary, and I think we're going to see that. I think we might see that play out unexpectedly in the 2nd CD especially.
Yeah, another factor here is that the semi-open primaries are reality now, right? So we're looking at how many more independent, unenrolled voters are able to get to the polls and what issues are actually motivating them, Betsy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great question to see what issues are motivating them. And I think candidates have not done a good job yet, and nor have the election officials, in letting people know that if you are an unenrolled, so if you're unenrolled, you can go ask for a Democratic ballot or Republican ballot. At some point, people will start to, once we have some experience under our belt, then candidates will be able to target the unenrolled voters who lean left or who lean right and really focus on those folks. I don't think that's happening in this race yet.
Garrett, you don't think that happened in any of the races?
I mean, not to use this pun, but I think the jury's still out on how independents will play in party primaries. It's just there's not a lot of data in Maine on like how people have reached out. Traditionally, Democrats have done a better job of that over the years. Republicans are the ones who had the big shot at it this time, and I'm not sure that is playing out the way they thought. But I do think that you talked about school boards earlier. Independents come out for school board
yes, I think in the local races it makes a big difference.
And those budgets. So I think when they learn that they can get a ballot, it'll be interesting to see which one they choose.
All right. Garrett, Betsy, thanks so much.